What's going on, guys? Robert to Primal Bree here, back with another video. And today I train shoulders, and this is what I'm going to show you guys. Lately I've been focusing a lot on shoulders and upper back development because I do have a wider frame, a big frame, and it takes a little bit longer for me to fill out. I'm currently weighing around 233, 235, and I still don't look as big as I want to look. And that's mainly because I need to fill out more. And shoulders is one of the areas that I want to focus on more on this off season and build a lot more mass so that it overpowers everything else. Shoulders and upper back. Basically for shoulders I like to start with dumbbell overhead press. And the reason is because I want to improve my front delt. It's actually underdeveloped compared to my rear delt. My rear delts develop a little quicker. So if you want to build a lot, I know a lot of people want to build their rear delts first, and if that's your purpose, you want to focus on that, then I suggest that you start with rear delts and put all that energy into your rear delts first before you go to front delts. But for me, I want to improve my front delts, so I'm going to focus on that first. And I do overhead presses, and I focus on going as heavy as I can, but still keeping the rep ranges between 8 to 12 reps, so I can fatigue the muscle. And after this exercise, I did about 3-4 sets, 8 to 12 reps here, and then I moved on to Z presses. Again, I really want to isolate the front delt as much as I can, and I find that Z presses, where you sit down and do an overhead press with the barbell off a pin, there's no momentum. It works your core as well. It's really good for your core, as well as it reduces momentum when you press, so it's a lot of front delt, especially in the bottom part of the movement. So by this point, my front delts were pretty taxed, so I went to my rear delts, and I have this bar at my gym where it kind of sets up so that when you do it, it's kind of like a T-bar row. By the way, it's a wide grip style, so it's very good for your rear delts and trap development, which is one of the things, or one of the areas that I want to improve as well. And it's amazing. I really like it. As you can see here, I pull from my elbows all the way at the top with my elbows at about 45-degree angle, so it's not really that close to my body because I do want to emphasize the rear delts here. I do pyramid style. I did about 5 sets on this exercise, and I start with lightweight all the way up to heavyweight and did as many as I can. On shoulder day, I want to get as much volume as I can and work in different rep ranges. I go somewhat heavy and then somewhat light and really pump up as many reps as possible, because I do find that training shoulders with a lot of volume is what makes them grow, at least for me that is. So that's what I do for shoulders. So after these exercises, I went to my side lateral raises, and for side lateral raises, I like to do a lot of reps, and I don't really go by sets, I go by feel. Today I got a really good pump, and my delts were actually hurting, they were in pain. And again, for side laterals, I start with lightweight and do about 20-30 reps, even more if I can, and then I move up in the weight and drop the reps, obviously, because I start getting tired, but I still try to maintain decent form. And I superset the lateral raises with the pec deck reverse fly, as you can see here, to target more my rear delts and my traps again. When you do the pec deck, I find that you would keep your elbows same level as your shoulders, not any lower or any higher, and you want to bend the elbow just slightly. And the reason why I do that is because I find that I squeeze my traps as well. And like I said, because I have a wider frame, I want to fill out that entire area and not just my rear delts. And lately I've been playing around with a variety of exercises, and I really like this upright row with the cables, especially with a slight pause at the top. I feel it really good in my entire shoulder actually. And I like to superset this with rear delt flies with the dumbbells. And again, I don't really worry about rep ranges here. I go as heavy as I can and do as many reps as I can. Even with heavier weights, I still do more than 12-15 reps, even 20, depending on how much effort I'm putting that day. And for rear delt flies, I like to, it's kind of like a row, but I focus more on my rear delts. And for me, naturally, because I have a wider frame, it's kind of hard to hit the mid traps anyway. So when I do a row just like that, well, I bring my elbow kind of to the side, but not really close to my body, I feel really good in my rear delts. And then I finished off with, I use kettlebells for this. I usually do use dumbbells. I did Arnold presses, seated, and I use kettlebells because of the way the design of the kettlebell, especially as you rotate inwards, that kettlebell pulling you down, it emphasizes the shoulder a lot more. This is the first time doing them, and I really like it. It's a lot more difficult than the dumbbells because of the way the kettlebell is shaped. So yeah, if you like the Arnold presses, which engage your entire shoulder, I enjoy these a lot, and with the kettlebells it adds a little bit of a more challenging twist, especially as you rotate inwards. So I suggest giving this a try and see how you like for yourself. And I supersetted the kettlebell Arnold presses with some trap work. I did shrugs with these 2 bars that you see at my gym. They're individual bars, and I like the neutral grip because I do have a tendency to have some interior rotation in my shoulder, especially my right shoulder. And this keeps my shoulder neutral as I'm hitting my traps. When I do traps, I've mentioned videos earlier, it's not really about perfect form or getting that squeeze at the top. The function of the traps is to stabilize the scapula and the shoulders. Its potential, the trap potential to hold a lot of weight is very, very high. So for these, I go as heavy as I can, and I even swing at the top, and I focus on the stretch at the bottom. So as the weight is coming down, it pulls on my traps, and that's what makes them grow. I started doing this this year, actually, this off season, and I saw pretty good trap development so far. So I'm gonna keep doing this. All right, guys. So that's it for the video. For watching, guys. Tune in for the next video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Turn my music.